Dun 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 dun. Tequila! Look at that. Look at that beautiful blue thing with all the blue umbrellas behind it. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. You all thought that you needed to be in a desert to make tequila. That's not true. You can go to Maui and make tequila. Check it out. That's your tequila plant. This is Agave tequeiliana. Tequiliensis. I think it's tequeiliana. Look at the pattern, leaf pattern, how when it overlaps, when it's all wrapped up in a bundle, it makes impressions upon itself. This plant's so impressionable, it makes impressions upon itself. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful coloration. So you can see where it gets its color. Look, it's kind of rubbed off down there, but I can rub it off. This is like not what you really want to do because it makes it less pretty. You just gotta lick your finger a little. All right. Just to show you. See, look. You can rub off all of the, rub all that off. Imagine if the whole plant looked like that. It would just be boring. But instead, it's got this beautiful coloration because of that reflective quality material that builds up on itself. What can I tell you? Well, to make tequila, you gotta wait for this thing to get really, really big. Really, really big. And then you got to wait for the plant to get pregnant. It's got to be pregnant. Once it's pregnant, that's when all the juices flow. That's when all the good stuff happens. So what I mean by pregnant is it's got to have a flower that's just getting ready to pop out of it. And then it will have literally all the sugars and everything in there. Then you have to cut off the whole thing to the big ball down below. Then you got to dig that thing out. Then you got to like haul it to like some place where you can crush it. And then like, I think you cook it. It's kind of a big process. You should try it once. And that'll make you think that buying bottles of tequila is extremely cost effective. But anyway, besides it being a useful plant for a semi-hallucinogen from an alcoholic beverage, it's also just flat out gorgeous, simply gorgeous. And it's also kind of nice if you want to create some personal space. Like somebody over there is probably not going to attack me through this bush. If I had a whole line of them, I could just totally antagonize them. And as long as I was encircled in these agaves, I don't think they could high jump over it. Even the best high jumper, that's pretty high. Maybe, I don't know. My daughter's a high jumper. She jumps pretty high. Actually, she's jumped about 6 feet. But maybe she could make it over this thing. I should ask her to try and see if she could do it. But anyway, it's a gorgeous plant. You can see it gets pretty big. Right here, we've got about, I'd say 7 feet wide by 6 feet high. And you can see what it does. It makes offsets on the bottom. They start to creep around. It's mixing with some other agaves here for a little agave party. See here? Look at that. It's getting underneath this guy. But I'm in Maui, and I didn't really expect to see this here. It makes me wonder why no one has created the Maui Tequila Company. Or for that matter, in California, the California Tequila Company. Tequila and mezcal are technically the same things. The only difference is tequila, in order to be called tequila, it has to be grown or brewed or whatever you want to call it in the province of tequeiliana in Mexico. And anything outside that, it has to be called mezcal. So we might have to call it California mezcal, Maui Wowie mezcal. That's got a good ring though, huh? Mezcal, Maui Wowie. So anyway, there is your agave tequiliensis, tequeiliana, one or the other. I got to look it up. I really should do more research before I do these videos so I don't sound so stupid. But anyway, there's a little bit of intelligence in there if you dig deep enough. Now we got to go home. I'm kind of sad. But I do have this plant at home, so this is something I won't miss. But I will miss this most beautiful island and all these coconut trees we just can't grow in California no matter how hard we try. And of course, the whales. Some whales in California, but not as many as here.